Hey there and welcome to another video with me. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a form on Mailerlite and integrate it into your Elementor Pro form on your WordPress website. So in order to create a form on Mailerlite, you can start by using the free version of Mailerlite. So Mailerlite offers you the free version up to 1,000 contacts per month. I have a lot of videos on my YouTube channel where I talk about how to get started with Mailerlite, how to create a pop-up form. I do have I do have a lot of content about Mailerlite, how to create an automation workflow with Mailerlite. There is a lot of content I have on my YouTube channel about Mailerlite. You would need to have Elementor Pro. I also put the link of Elementor Pro on my screen here. Type uricmedia1.com/Mailerlite. And then it will give you access to the Mailerlite homepage. And from there, you can sign up for free. Try Mailerlite for 30 days. No credit card required to sign up. So if you already have an account, you don't need to do this step. But this is for those who don't have an account with Mailerlite. Okay, so log into your WordPress dashboard. This is how the WordPress dashboard is going to look like. So if you click here on Create Form, and I'm going to name my form. So I'll decide which type of form I would like to have. If I would like to have like a pop-up form, I can select pop-up form. If I prefer embedded form, I can use that, or promotion. I'll select the embed form. That's what I need. And once I've selected that, I need to name my form. And then click here on save and continue. And I need to select a subscriber group. So let's select a subscriber group. I'll select this one. And then I click here on continue. So right now I have this very form. It's called newsletter form. So let's edit this form. So if you click here on edit, where it says newsletter, I can change that. And then here where it says sign up for news and special offer, I'm going to change these details here. Sign up for news and special offer. Stay in touch for educational content. And where it says now my sign up field, if I click here on editing, then I have the email, which is mandatory. I should have an email. So just click here on edit, for example. Show label above. It says email. I can change that, but I don't need to change it because there's no point to change it. And then if I click here on add field, I can have a name. If I would like to change this to something else, I can change that to something else. Instead of having name, I can just write something else there. For example, I can change that. The field, I can have it as just last name if I want, or company. It's up to me, but I'm just going to stick to name. So that's what I need to do. And then I click here on save. So here on the background color, this is the background color. I can change the background color. For example, if I decide to have this, and then if I like to have like a background image, then I can put an image there, or I can put an image there, but that's not really, okay, I can put an image there really. And then I press save, but I don't want to put that image, so I'm just going to undo. I'm going to delete that image and just click here on save. And on the background form, this is basically how it's going to look. The background form, the color can also change. And let's go to form, then the image. Now, if you like to change the design of the form, you could come here to default and click here on change. And there's different types. So the default one is the one we're using right now, you know, with the horizontal, with the form the way it looks. If you like it to look horizontal, it's going to look like this, right? And the card, the card, you're going to have an image here on top. So I kind of like this one. So I'm going to edit that and I'm going to add an image here. So if I click here on, then I'll just select any images that I would like to have there. And then I will just, I have a bunch of image. I have a lot of images here, by the way. And then I'll just click here on insert. Right. So I have this image here of breakfast, a really, really nice breakfast, yummy. Don't feel hungry. And then click here on save. Click here on success message. That's essentially when someone opts into your page, there's going to be a message that pops up, right? So the message here, it says, thank you, you have successfully joined our subscriber list. I'm going to change that message. Your ultimate guide is on the way. So that's why I like to have, and then click here on save. And then click here on settings. For example, if I have like, I have things here to change on settings. If I would like to change certain things on settings, such as the privacy policy, if I like to add a privacy policy, I can add a privacy policy. If I go here to my form here, a privacy policy is going to be here, right? You can subscribe, you can unsubscribe anytime. More details with you, but if I don't want to add that, I can just delete it, right? The confirmation checkbox, add user consent checkbox to your sign up form. So if I click on that, opt in to receive newsletter, then it's going to pop up. You don't have to add that. I'm just showing you what you can do. Marketing permission, GDPR compliant, interest group, custom success page. I've already done that. Or if I like to play with it, I can send people to another page once they subscribe to my email list. So let's change this image, right? So if I want to send people to a different area, let's say a custom success page, I can, for example, copy this URL here, copy that, and then I'll just redirect people. So once opts in, right, to our page, they will be redirected to this very page, which is my homepage of my website. So that's just an example. You know, you can do that, but you don't have to do that, right? So once I've done everything, I need to click here on done editing. If I'm finished, I can just press here on done editing. And on done editing here, I can copy this URL and just paste it, for example, here, and that's going to show us our form. But that's not what I want. I don't want this type of display. I want it to be on the website. I want it to look better. And if you scroll down here, you can see that there's a place for JavaScript code. That's what we're going to need. We're going to need this very code, but I will show you in a moment how to embed that code into your website. So here you can decide to enable double opt-in. By default, double opt-in is enabled, but I really don't like to enable this. So it basically means when someone opts into your email, they will first receive a message or an email saying, would you really like to opt into this message? I really don't like to use that. And I'm going to grade that out. I'm going to leave that off. So it's going to be out. So you need to head back to your WordPress account. And on your WordPress account, you need. Okay, guys, here we are on my website. I have designed this form. If you like to know how to design a form on your WordPress website using Elementor Pro, I do have a separate video on how to do that. So I'm not going to show you how to do that now because that's not the goal of this video. So this is the form I've created. We have a name and email. So if you click here on this area and you scroll down here to button, the button size is there, everything is fine. And then you come down here to actions after submit. Right here, if you click on this area, I'm using Mailerlite. So that's the one I'm using. So select Mailerlite and then collect submissions. Click on that. User agent, collect submission will be safe. So leave that one, is fine. Come here to email. Here on email, I have email. So I'll need to change the email. It's going to be my actual business email. Subject, message, field. And here, from email, I'll just change that email again. Yeah, so make sure you have the same email here. Reply to, And down here where it says send as HTML, leave it the way it is. Mailerlite, click on that. API key, leave it to default, is fine. Group, if you click on that, so let's go back to our Mailerlite account. Okay, now what we're going to do is you will need to set up your Mailerlite API key. So you go to Elementor and the Elementor settings. And on Elementor settings, you need to go to integration. And on integration, you need to scroll down to Mailerlite. There are a lot of email marketing platforms, but what we're interested here is Mailerlite. So you have Mailerlite here, and let's go to our Mailerlite dashboard. I'm going to get the Mailerlite key. So go here on integrations. And where it says API, just click here on use. So you need to generate a new API. So click here on generate new API, and then I'll just name that. Copy this key, paste it down here, I'm sorry, and then click on validate API. Okay, Mailerlite API key has been validated, and let's go back to our dashboard. Let me just reload here, and then save changes. So where it says now group, as you can see, group is working now. So if you select the group, I have a lot of groups here. So I have like my first email marketing list. So in this case, it's going to be my e-hustle guide, for example. And here, the field mapping, I'll need to select the field mapping. So in this case, it's going to be email, leave it to email, name, leave it to name. Last name, I don't need the last name, I don't need the phone number, I don't need none of that. So I'll just leave it to, that's it. I only need the email and name, that's it. Step settings, number and text, shape, circle, additional options, click on that. Form validation, default, leave it to the way it is. You can change that message to whatever you prefer. I'll say your goodie. These are all the things you can play on with. Let's go back again to the step settings. And once you finish doing all this, you need to click here on publish. That's it. Okay, guys, that's how you integrate your Mailerlite form into your WordPress website using Elementor Pro. As you can see, it was a bit tricky. If you do have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. I'll really appreciate. Don't forget to like, comment, share. And if you found this video useful to you, I will really appreciate if you type thank you in the description. That's all I want from you is to type thank you and share this content with any of your mates